Morning, guys. Wanted to come on here and do this video. I just finished doing my yoga. I went ahead and changed only my shirt that I had on because I was wearing a cami. So I went ahead and put this one from Old Navy. I'm pretty excited, guys, because this is one that I used to wear when I was thinner. So I'm quite excited. I'm starting to get some of my shape back. Lots of the swelling has gone down and I'm feeling better. I still have some pain in my back and in my legs. But overall, I'm feeling pretty good today, this morning. I woke up early, with hubby before he went to work. And so I quickly made my bed and got to work. I had to start doing my yoga. I felt like I really needed it. For some reason, last night I was feeling super heavy. I think it was because I drank too much liquid. I didn't eat too much. I did show a picture of what I had eaten. I had made some chicken flautas for my son because he didn't want enchiladas. So I made chicken enchiladas suizas for the rest of us because my son doesn't like enchiladas. Anyway, so I had to make 2 separate meals. Sometimes I have to make 3 separate meals, always catering to the kids. But anyway, I ended up eating only 2. I had put 3 on my plate. My body didn't want more than 2, and I felt like I was already full. So I just ended up giving the other one to my husband. I didn't want to give it to him. I didn't want him to overeat, but he wanted it. So I gave it to him. He was really happy though. And then we went out for a walk. So it's good. We went out for a walk and tried to get some of that stuff processed. But I was feeling super heavy when we went walking, and I was like feeling really like tired and sluggish, and I'm like, wasn't feeling the best last night. And the weather doesn't help when it's humid and hot outside. It's kind of like nobody wants to work out, right? But anyway, I forced myself to do it, and I did it. And so this morning I got up, did my yoga, pushed through any pain that I might have had or any swelling, because I do get swelling. And I need to remember that I need to be patient with that. I've been doing a lot of stretching and massages on my legs and on my arms and my hands, just on my neck, learning different places where, the lymphs are, and trying to, make sure that I help it move through and stuff. And that comes a lot from sitting down, guys. I've always had sit down jobs, and so has my husband. And just depression, having to be on the edge of the bed all the time and finding that comfort there was just not allowing me to move those fluids through and stuff. And just the grief and all that stuff just accumulates and stuff. And so now I'm having to work really hard to release all that stuff. But I'm glad that my body's responding and that I'm starting to see the light. That I'm starting to see some progress and a flatter tummy. I'm feeling really great. My clothes is fitting better, and I'm really excited. And I'm starting to see more of my collarbone area, and my face is starting to slim down. I'm just super excited. I'm super excited. It's been hard. Hasn't been easy, but I am trying my best. But anyway, I wanted to do this video because I want to do a little bit of makeup, but I also wanted to share with you, I'll just start doing the makeup. Not to do anything like too crazy or anything. I'm just going to apply a little bit just so that I can pick myself up. So I guess I'll talk while I'm doing my makeup. I'm going to go ahead and put this Jane bronzer on, the reddish one. This is the one I like to use. This is what I have here right now. I have others, but this is the one I want to use. Anyway, this is like a brown reddish shade. Anyway, when I was doing my yoga. I don't have any foundation on, guys. I'm not going to put on any foundation. At least I don't think I'm going to, because I've been wanting to cover these, but they've been doing so much better. You can see a lot of the swelling is going down, and I think it's because I'm pushing all that stuff through. So I'm hoping that I'm going to just get rid of them soon, hopefully. I'm so happy with that. Anyway, so yeah, when I was doing my yoga, a lot of thoughts obviously come to my mind. I'm an overthinker. And a lot of things come to my heart. A lot of things that I've been holding on to for a long time, and just things that accumulate over time because we never really get down to the problem, right? We kind of just push it out of the way or shove it down. Like what I do is I usually shove it down like most Mexicans do, right? We just shove it down and just try to not think about it. Or like my dad would always say, just walk it off. So anyway, because of that, I had a lot of reflections while I'm doing my yoga. I'm trying to work through my mind and trying to release things or whatever. And I had like this really aha moment while doing yoga. I was actually thinking, why am I holding on to so much stuff? Why am I holding on to other people's mistakes? People that have caused me pain or my family pain or whatever. Why am I holding on to such things, right? Why do we do that? And so I had this moment where I was like, I'm not those other people's mistakes, you know? I'm so much more than that. You know, I'm not held to even my own mistakes, because I'm so much more than that, you know? And I was thinking, I'm this and I'm that, and I've done this and I've done that. Like I have so much more to show for one mistake, you know, that somebody else could have done towards me or towards somebody I love, or that I did it to myself, right? And so I was having this moment in my head, and I was like, I had this moment, like this aha moment saying like, I'm so much more than that. Like, I don't need to be holding on to all of those things, right? I am like, that's why we have repentance and we feel bad for the things that we do. We're not perfect. We grow because of our mistakes. We learn. If you don't make mistakes, you don't learn from them, you know? And so I just had this like really strong moment, and I was starting to feel gratitude. I was starting to feel gratitude for that moment that I had. And I was like, I've been holding on to this stuff for so long, like just like let it go, right? Like, I mean, that'll always be a part of the story, a part of my story, right? Or a part of the story that I have, or that, well, I'll just leave it at that I have, and I can grow from it and learn from it and help others not go through that, and allow other people to feel compassion as well. Because people are not perfect. And when we make mistakes, we want people to show compassion for us and forgive us. And so we need to do the same. And it is very difficult when you feel hurt by somebody, you know, and it's even more difficult when you hurt yourself and you feel like you have to carry this thing with you all the time. And honestly, if you really take the time to spend with yourself and spend with your Heavenly Father and Jesus Christ, you will see that they don't hold you to those things. You're holding yourself prisoner to these things, you know? And I think that is something that we all need to realize and work on. And I myself had to find it out the hard way and the long way, because I'm a bit stubborn, and I'm like, I'm like the hardest person on myself. I've always been very like, don't do this, don't do that, you know. I hold myself very high, and so when I make mistakes, I beat myself up a lot about it. But this morning I had that realization, I had that moment, and it was probably something that already needed to happen. I think the Lord had compassion over me and just allowed me to get there on my own time, right? He has patience that we'll get it, and that it might take some time, but you know what? Yoga has definitely been helping me and teaching me to have some time with myself and do stuff for myself. And when you do that, you realize that you open up like this channel like that, you know, you not have to go, hold on guys, I have like some stuff in my eyes. It's like dryness because I sleep with the fan on, and I wash my face and everything, but it just, I don't know. Anyway, and so I had this moment where it's just like, I get to have some time for me and reflect and be patient with myself and relax and breathe. And I think that when we're able to do that, we're able to like open up this channel that wasn't coming through because you're just so full of stuff. And until you start removing all that and wanting to draw closer to peace and wanting to draw closer to our Heavenly Father and Jesus Christ, and like, that's what yoga opens up for me. It's a time for gratitude. It's a time for prayer. It's a time for, you know, for being mindful of and awareness of myself and my spirit and how I'm feeling. And this is actually teaching me to pay attention and listen more to my body. And so I had that moment and I was like, why am I holding on to this stuff, right? Why am I allowing these thoughts to take space in my brain and continue to torment me when I don't need to hold any of that stuff? When the Lord takes those things from me and He actually makes things better. He actually fights my battles. I don't need to do them. I don't need to explain to people why I do certain things, why I don't do certain things, why I feel the way I feel. I've been such a people pleaser for so long that it was just like my second nature, I guess, having to explain myself all the time. And I've come to find out that I don't need to do that. I don't need to be explaining myself. If I said no, it's no. That's such a freeing mentality. And I have been for so long, because I've always been a people pleaser. I always wanted to make sure I was the good girl, the one that never made mistakes, and you know, the one that always wanted to make my parents happy. And you know, I always tried to be a people pleaser. And anybody who really knows me knows this is true, that I care too much. But it's so freeing to like get to a point where it's like, where it's age or maturity or whatever you want to call it. It's it's yoga. It's God knocking some sense into me, whatever it may be. But it is so freeing to feel like, ya, me vale. I don't care. I don't care what other people think, what people, I don't know. It's just, it's so liberating to feel that and to just know that it's like, whatever, dude, like, it is what it is. And I'm just so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for, you know, being able to realize that. It took me some time because, like I said, I was in not a very good place with grief and with everything that I was going through. That I finally just, today was the day, I guess. Today was the day that I was like, hey man, I've done this in my life, I've done this. Like, I'm so much more than the small little things that people want to put you in, that you didn't do this or you didn't do that. It's like, dude, but I've done all these other things. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. People will always judge, and people will always want to say something. They'll always have something to say. And I'm just so grateful that I finally realized that I don't need to be carrying other people's mistakes with me, and even my own mistakes. I'm human. I made them, and I learned from them, and I'm in such a better place. And so, hold on. I need to get some eyeshadows. I need to find some eyeshadows that I want to use. Let me see this one. Let me see. This one's pretty. We'll do this one. I always take out the Too Faced, guys, but because this is what I like. So anyway, I am so grateful for that moment. I'm so grateful for being able to figure that out. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do this one right here. Just like a peachy brown shade. Sorry for those who didn't come for that over here, but that's what I wanted to talk about today. And so it is what it is. I'm going to put a little bit of foundation on my eyes, just because I want the eyeshadows to stick to something. I'll probably put just a tiny bit on here. I know I said I wasn't going to do any foundation, but just to kind of help that dark area. This is the 120 in the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. And so I'm going to just apply that here. So I've been doing really great with yoga, guys. And I'm just glad that I had that moment. And the other moment I had was with taking the time to observe my body and see that it's working and that it is losing some of that inflammation that was being held. And trying to be more mindful of what I eat and what I put in my body. And it's hard because you want to eat all these other things that you're used to, like chips and like tortillas and rice and like all these things that are yummy, but that those things cause inflammation. And so I've been cutting a lot of that stuff. I don't really eat a lot of rice, honestly. So I don't really have a problem with rice. What I have a problem with is bread. I love bread. And I think that is like my biggest weakness is bread. And I've lost like 50 pounds before. And so I know how to lose the weight. It's just you forget, like I said, your mind is so cluttered with other things that you forget, that you go out searching, how do I lose weight? When you've already done it before. You already know how to lose the weight. But your mind doesn't allow you to think because you're so crowded with so many things. So the first thing is trying to find that peace. And then, once you feel that peace, you start decluttering. That's also been a big help, just decluttering my life, my stuff. And so if you can do that, that would be amazing. I think it would open up a lot for you. I'm just going to put this like champagne-y, golden-y shade. Such a beautiful shade. Try to do my makeup more, to be more mindful of myself and to feel better. Makeup makes me happy. So we need to do things that make us happy. Okay, and so then I'm going to take this right here, this, what do you call it? This makeup brush. I want, because I was staring at the I want to do this one right here. This is like a red, pinkish brown color. We're going to do a little bit more today, apparently. We're going to do this right here. Like that. Such a pretty color. And this is going to be a really pretty eyeshadow look. See? I'm just so glad that my face is starting to thin out. I felt so, swollen. Makes me feel good to see my face thinning out. Like this. Just go back and forth. Like that. And then I'm going to add a little bit more because I don't want to lose it. Because when you add that other eyeshadow, sometimes you can lose this part right here. So, got to go back. And put it back. Like that. And then with the edge of this brush, I'm going to add some in the bottom. Just halfway. Not all the way. Like that. And then I might add a little bit more darkness right here on the outside. Probably do this brush right here. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this dark one. I said I wasn't going to do much. And look, apparently we want to. We're going to add a little bit here on the corner. Just like that. Just right here in the corner. That. I'm going to go back to this brush right here. And we're going to add a little bit more of that color just to kind of combine these two. Like that. I'll leave it like that. I think I'm happy with it. Let me see. Just make sure. Yeah. I think I'm happy with it. I don't think I'm going to do my brows. I think I'm going to leave them like that. I'm going to leave these brushes here in case I want to use them tomorrow. I'm going to have to go and get my mascara because I don't have my mascara here. And I'm going to use another lip product, something different today. Maybe do this brown. It's a dark brown. I haven't used it. I bought this one at the AOA shop. Might be really dark, so I might need to bring in another shade. The Chola vibe. The Chola look. And then I will do this one. It's also from the AOA shop. It's like a peachy shade. The only thing I don't like is what it smells like. And I don't even want to lick it. I feel like it's got too much fragrance. If you can get past that, you'll be good. I'm going to do this lip oil from the Miss A Shop. I'm putting a lot of this one because this one actually smells good and it actually tastes better. Not that I'm wanting to taste them, but that one feels so much better. Okay, so I just need to put on some mascara and I think I will be good. Hubby likes it when I do my eyebrows, but I don't feel like doing my eyebrows right now. Maybe I'll do them a little bit later. The eyebrows definitely do, you know what, I have a powder. I just don't want to do the pencil. Probably do the powder. If I can find just so I can show you a different technique. Because I always do the pencil. And I don't have the pencil here. So let me see if I have a little small eyebrow pencil. If I find one, then I'll do it. But look, I found one. I just found one. And I need a magnified mirror to do this. So I have these like brow, what do you call it? These brow powders. What am I looking for? Looking for a magnified mirror. Hold on, guys. Is this one? Yeah, this one's fine. And I'm going to take this dark one right here. I'm going to use this kind of a brush right here. I haven't used this brush. So hopefully when you say you're not going to do more, but you do. It happens. It happens. It makes a difference, see? I'm not even done yet. Guys, my husband's calling me. I don't want to end the live. I want to finish. So ahorita le hablo. Hopefully it's not an emergency.